Oh, I've just banged into a blooming tree. Only joking.
In this episode, Julia gets her caravan, I'm camping out with Mr. Suggett, and the boys push me about in a bath.
Turns on a sixpence.
England has often been described as a green and pleasant land, and it is, when they're not covering it with concrete. Sometimes, though, I wish I was a bird, free to soar in the sky and explore the country's beauty without hindrance. How wonderful would that be? My van is the next best thing, however. I can charge down the glorious country roads with ease, when they're not clogged up with others doing the same. My portable home on the back. It offers the freedom to stop at will, to camp out like a little nest on wheels. I can stay the night, or simply park up and have a cuppa.
Well, this is very nice. Nice to find a car park that's free. Now, for those that don't know, I've been circumnavigating the Sussex border, and Sussex is where I live, and of course it's quite a large county. It's split into two. You've got East and West Sussex, and I'm based down in Worthing, and I've started from Worthing Pier, and I'm going clockwise all the way round, so I'm still just at the end really of the Hampshire border. I'll get to the Surrey border and then come down the other side of Kent. Sometimes though, I'm not strictly just sticking to the border. I am coming just off the border if there's interesting places to see, and I think Liphook offers hopefully something interesting just to have a quick gander at.
Liphook grew as a coaching stop on the London to Portsmouth trade route. The impressive Royal Anchor Public House, a former 17th century coaching inn, was its centrepiece. Coach travel gave the professional a level of freedom, with a modicum of comfort, on the newly built turnpike roads. Villages like Liphook sprang up to meet the needs of such travellers and their commerce. For better roads offered even to the humblest of peasants an escape from their homestead.
It's a surprisingly bustling place, Liphook, and I think I've counted 4 roundabouts in the space of 200 yards.
Travel meant freedom. The architecture is mostly Georgian and Victorian, although in places clues to its real age can be observed.
Well, there's not so much for the visitor like myself to see. There's a free car park, there's toilets, a couple of takeaways, and of course, if you're after something more explosive, there is Andy's Armoury.
But I have no wish to blow anything up. No, I'm heading to the van to return to the border. I have a camp out a little later with my friend Richard Suggett. But before that, I want to visit the church in Linchmere. It's only a few miles down the road. This is iron country. Hammer ponds and iron furnaces abound. Well, they did in the Middle Ages. And the old Saxon church, dedicated to St. Peter, would have served the community well, though it was extensively rebuilt in the Victorian times.
Sounds like somebody's in there playing the organ, perhaps practicing for maybe the Jubilee celebrations which are coming up. As I film this, they'll be up next week. The week this video goes live, and in actual fact. Now, I've been here before, made a video which I will link to. I'm just going to have a quick look round. It was some years ago that I came here.
I'm a big fan of churchyards. The inhabitants are at peace, and there's a sense of belonging, so rare in our modern scattered communities.
I forgot that. There is an amazing view of the South Downs that spread just in front of me. It's wonderful to see. And the church is at the top of the hill and goes down into a valley and then sweeps up again. This is a sad memorial to a fallen soldier from the First World War. A chap called Dennis, trying to read it, something Hamilton, Yatman, who died, I think, in Passchendaele in April 1918.
War, a dreadful time for taking away people's freedoms.
I thought I'd just pop in and have a quick look at the church. It seems the organist has disappeared, so I've got it to myself. It's a very quiet church. Now, as I say, I have made a video here before, so do check that out. I won't go into detail because I want to go and find the path where my Sussex Border Walk would ordinarily continue. But it's nice to be back in Sussex again, in a good old Sussex church.
As well as the border path, I'm scouting a potential overnight stop for Richard Suggett and myself later in the week. And this looks ideal. No, not the hut.
Not much going on in the parish notices then. I've got a sneaky feeling that this rather charming bus shelter's not actually in use. I wonder if there's a bus that ever comes round here, or perhaps the service has been stopped. It's lovely to see it. Beautiful. There's a nest up there as well.
So after a bite to eat, I found the path and set off for a bit of a stroll. And I'll return to the Sussex Border Walk in another episode. I'm making my way to Fareham in Hampshire, for in the morning Julia and I have an important job to do. En route, I wanted to pause here at Stopham Bridge, a magnificent relic of the Middle Ages. Crossing rivers effortlessly is another freedom that we take for granted. The bridge spans the River Arun, though it's no longer in use. The up-to-date and far less attractive version you can see beyond.
Well, it isn't that long ago that this bridge was in operation and that we used to drive across it. But now in this modern globalised world of fast-paced travel, it's almost a rarity to cross a bridge like this.
And there, on the opposite bank, a hostelry to entice the weary traveller. How splendid. That evening, I camped in the van on Julia's parents' driveway as the sun set on another perfect English day. Julia's mum and dad live on Titchfield Common, once England's thriving strawberry fields, and they sent fresh fruit up to London daily. There's barely any trace of that industry nowadays. I'm a morning person. I get up when the sun gets up, which is pretty early in the summer months, so I'm usually knackered by the time I go to bed.
Morning.
Morning. You all right? You sleep all right at your mum's?
Yeah. Slept good. Did you?
Yes, I slept very well in the old caravan, in the van.
The young van.
The young van.
Not the old caravan
No,
at all.
no.
The young van.
So you
I'm getting an old caravan.
Yes.
Funny you should mention that.
So how you feel about that? This is the day of the caravan bringing over.
Yeah. It's probably not a word, but trepidatious?
Yeah, I think trepidatious is a word.
Anxious. Not so worried. Excuse the morning sniffles.
So we're going to meet Tim at his ex's place in Felpham.
Yeah.
So we're going to drive over there, and then we're going to follow the caravan. He's going to hitch it on. We're going to help him, and he's going to bring it back here. And it's going on the drive opposite where my van is. Is that right?
No, exactly where your van
Oh,
is.
Oh, right on that side.
Exactly there, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's all very good. And you're going to spend a week here.
Yeah. I'm excited as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I should
it's
think
just-
you are. It's a
Well,
break.
Yeah. I think when the caravan's here, I might settle a bit more.
Yes.
And a quick jaunt along the M27 and over to Felpham near Bognor Regis, and we find Tim Tricker waiting.
All right. I'm great. You? Good. Big day, mate. Big day.
Exciting.
It's going to all be
Big
good.
day.
Yep.
Well, I have to say, the caravan is looking lovely, and just looking at the dent there,
Bumper's still looking very bumpy.
very bumpy. I wonder if I can
Correct.
jinx the chap further. No,
No.
no more jinxing.
It's like a
No,
disco
no,
ball
no.
down here, poor thing.
No more jinxing.
No more jinxing. No more drinks in either.
No.
No. Right, so you've got a number of things. You can't just pull away. I notice you've hitched up.
Hitched up. We've got to make sure we pull out of here okay without scraping and pulling things down. We've got to undo the electric hookup, and we've got a few things to get out the garage, like an awning and things.
Oh, right, yeah.
So-
So it comes with an awning.
It is,
Comes with all.
entirely.
Fantastic.
Take two.
Two,
One, two.
a pump,
Pump the wheel up.
Just thought I'd crack the whip.
Well, I think this is an absolute gem, Julia.
It is.
I think you're going to be very excited. We're almost ready now to launch off. And I think we're going to test the lights. Yeah, right indicator. Make sure that works so it's all roadworthy. And then we'll follow Tim and try and get some shots of it being towed. So that sounds good, doesn't it?
I am very excited, by the way. Very excited.
And I think your parents are quite excited as well, aren't they?
I think so.
They're quite thrilled to have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Very good, Tim.
That's not bad. I've not done that in about 3 years.
Didn't help that you were being filmed.
Happy with that?
I'm happy. If you're happy where it's at, that's fine. We'll drop it down. We'll get some blocks behind it, and we'll put some legs down.
Blimey, that's one way of doing it. In the old days when I had a little Sprite caravan with my parents, we used to have one of those handles that goes round. Never thought of using an attachment on a drill. What a clever idea that is. Well, here we are.
Here we be.
Caravan in its place. Kids extremely excited.
Yeah.
Joe all over the place.
Yeah.
And now finally asleep. So that we have a few moments
Of peace.
of peace. Yeah.
Just a few.
So, it's a great caravan, isn't it?
I love it. It's great. I feel like it's always been a part of me.
Do you?
It's a really weird thing. Yeah.
So, I mean, in your situation, I'm hoping that just, even if it's just a week away from home, new environment.
Maybe it'll help me get my head.
Yeah. I mean, I know you still got the kids, it's all full on and blah, 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 but the oppression of that home environment.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, it doesn't matter how amicable you are in this situation, there's still a level of toxicity, because if it's not right, then it's not right, and you know, so yeah, there is a tension that I just need to break away. I need to get myself and the children stable so that they're stable.
Yes, that's
because
so
their
important.
mental health is more, well, as important as mine. I was about to say it's more important than mine, but no, mine is just as important, because if I'm not in the right mental place, then they've got nothing.
One thing, I'm used to doing this in my van because I can't quite stand up.
Do you still find yourself doing this then?
Yeah, we were just like moving stuff around, and I'm still standing here as if, oh yes, I'm in an enclosed, and with my one eye, I forget the peripheral vision on this side, but I can actually stand up.
Yeah.
And it's so lovely.
I could probably jump. I'm not going to.
So, you've had other caravans here before?
Yeah, this is actually the third caravan on this spot in the driveway of my parents'
it?
house. Yeah.
So they're quite used to having vans here then?
I wouldn't say used to, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not unknown.
No.
It's not an unknown factor. I mean, there was a caravan we had here. I can't remember where it came from, but I think it was partly my nan's at least. We used to take it to Isle of Wight and places like that. So, and I remember having sleepovers in it. That was
Brilliant.
all fun. And then the next time there was a caravan here, it was just between moving out of Gosport and moving to Lancing. For 6 weeks we had no home, and
Right.
so we were living here. And I had, I borrowed a caravan. It was a much smaller caravan, maybe a third of the size.
Right.
But it was just an extra space to just go and be in.
So from the kids' point of view, this is a bit of an adventure. And caravans, I mean, like this, are fun, aren't they? So even though you're going through difficult times, this will be etched on the children's minds as a fun, which is so important.
Yeah,
camping in a caravan on Nan's Drive.
I hope it's an exciting start to a new beginning.
Yeah.
And not an end to
No.
all they've known.
This is the other end of the caravan. This
It
is
is.
where the kids are going to be,
Yes.
pretty much their end.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice van.
Sleeps 5, this van.
Does it?
3 back here and 2 up there. Although I haven't seen the double bed out yet. It looks like it's going to be massive.
Lots to explore, I should think.
Yes, I'm looking forward to exploring it, to finding out the nuances of this particular caravan.
You've got your mum and dad on hand, on tap, so
Both of whom I'm totally indebted to and completely, grateful
yes,
to have.
handy to have parents.
Very lucky to have parents, supportive parents like mine.
Yes, and also have the space that they're able to do it.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing.
That's a key part of this one.
And your week will be slightly broken up because you're coming back to do some filming with me.
That's right. Coming back for work.
Coming back for work, exactly. That's what we like to see. And I mean, the response to the first video that we spoke about this has been overwhelming.
It has. It's
People
very
are-
touching.
Yeah, people are really
concerned, interested, on your side.
Yeah.
So although you may sometimes feel with the situation a bit, it's all happening to you and you're on your own. And
I know thousands and thousands of people have been through this,
yeah,
and are going through this daily.
So, yeah, you need to take something from that, although it doesn't make it any easier at the time.
No.
But
it's good to know that people do go through it and get through it.
Yeah, definitely.
And come out the other side better off.
Julia is finding her freedom. Separation isn't easy, but she seems far happier now that she has the caravan as a bolt hole. I stayed another night, and the next morning headed back to Worthing to meet the boys, Tim and Ricky. We're building something whimsical to illustrate what freedom means to me.
Hi, Rick. And me borrowing their stuff. The majority. Ready? You can cut out. Oh, you can cut a third of that, a quarter of that off, maybe? Easily. Yeah.
We're in my back lane, the lane at the back of the house where I live. Tim and Ricky have turned up to give me a little bit of assistance. Well, I think they're doing all the work and I'm, again, just holding the camera. We're going to build something out of the comedy bath. Well, it's a tin bath, but I'm using it for comic effect. And we may just hurtle it down a hill with some bald bloke in it.
We're building the front axle. We were just measuring up to make sure we've got the same distance on the rod each side of the wooden pole. But this is going to end up being the front axle of the go-kart. We just make sure there's going to be enough room underneath there as well to get the pivot bolt for the steering.
Steering?
Well, we wanted no steering, really, didn't we?
We wanted no steering.
We wanted no steering to make it easier. But
Richard, for some reason, wanted steering.
I don't know why.
1, 2, 3. While Ricky and Tim poking about in a skip, I've been busy working on getting one of the axles sorted out. We've got some R-pins in here, and the trouble with the boys is they're likely to say they did it, but I'd been working ever so hard on this, and that spins just so beautifully. I suppose I'd better go and make them another cup of tea. I've got through another packet of biscuits, and you all right sitting down over there? Okay. Yeah, I was just admiring your work. Looks very nice. I was just telling the audience how hard you've been at it, and that I've just... Freedom! Have we
No.
a hope in hell of pulling this off?
Do you know what? I think we do.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to go really fast as well. I've got a really horrible feeling that you are going to be flying. And the thing is, we're not going to really secure the bath
No, or
to
me.
the device. No. There'll be no seatbelts or brakes. I know you keep going on about a brake
Yeah, I thought we spoke
and
about that.
steering and stuff. No,
No, it's
we
just
just want a long hill and
down you go.
you're off.
As long as there's a little pond at the bottom.
Absolutely. Or a ramp leading into the pond. Yeah, that's it. Tim, we need to make a ramp.
No. freedom. It's what most of us aspire to, I imagine. The whole van life movement surely sprang from the desire to be free. Tonight, the outdoor experience is beckoning.
Earlier in the episode, I said I was out scouting for this fella, Richard Suggett. Nice to see you, Richard.
Nice to see you, Richard, and everyone else.
We have met up now at a place called Lynchmere where I was this morning. You've never been here before?
No, driven past it.
Have you?
Never been here.
We're in the woods, and with the drone up you get to see just how many woods there are. It's quite a lot.
Yep.
And the purposes of this is purely for, well, fun really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we've got the vans.
We've got the vans.
We're meant to be sleeping in the vans more.
Yeah, it's going to get dark. Very much looking forward to it. I've prepared some food to save us having to do too much cooking, but it does need warming up. Let's get the catering equipment out and let's get going.
Let's do it.
I'm starving. This is the perfect time to do that product placement piece which I've been asked to do. And as you know, I don't really do products that people give to me unless it's something I actually find useful, and then I'll just share what it is. And a few months ago I was sent this, an LED strip light, 12 volt supply, plug it into your cigarette lighter or whatever you've got for 12 volts, and great for camping and all of that. And they said, if you tell people about it, I'll put the name on the screen. I don't know how much they are off the top of my head. I'm rubbish at this promotion stuff.
But I'm interested in
are you?
one
Are
after
you?
looking at them.
Well, look at that. Isn't it brilliant? How bright that is. We're going to string it across the trees as we eat. So if you're interested, you'll be able to see. I'm going to go to bed now. Well, in a few minutes, probably have a few coffees, not beers, with Richard, and while away the hours to the small hours, snuggle up, alone in our own, that came out wrong, didn't it? And see the morning and see if there's something before we say goodbye. But this is beautiful, just listen to that road in the distance. It's morning, it's about 4:45. Slept well last night, come out to see sunrise because I'm not really going to see much of it here in the woods. We're surrounded by trees. So I'm going to see if I can get the drone up again and just see if I can capture that wonderful image. Why wouldn't you? I think Mr. Suggett is still asleep in his van. He might wake up when he hears the drone flying overhead. It's been a fantastic experience sleeping out here. It was a fitful sleep really, not because I wasn't uncomfortable, wasn't cold, don't know why, maybe just excited to be out in the van again. The sound you can hear is Richard's drone. He's got it up again. I've just finished doing mine. Hopefully you've seen the pictures, absolutely stunning. I love seeing the mist laying on the, well, if that's the east, that'll be the west side of where we are, in all the undulating hills and valleys. Well, they're in the valleys, obviously. You've got the hills and this beautiful canopy. And over to the west, I think it's Black Patch, somewhere around here. Black, what is it? Blackdown? My geography is a bit rubbish first thing in the morning. It is only after 5. And it's been another wonderful episode. I just wanted to remind you, we've got a membership area on YouTube on the channel. There's 2 tiers. So there's a tier in which you get a daily chat from me. There's another tier, it's a little bit more expensive, but you get little edited highlights from the show behind the scenes, and also any cock-ups that go on, we put them in there. So there's 2 tiers. It really helps support the channel, enabling me to put the diesel in the van, get out to all the various places. You know the spiel. It's been absolutely wonderful. I want to thank Richard for coming out on the camp out. Cheers, buddy.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And that's it for this one. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. I'll see you when I'm out about in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye for now.